A statement of solidarity. Protesters at a mural of England footballer Marcus Rashford in Manchester, which was defaced after Sunday's Euros final. Rashford's well known for his successful campaign for more free school meals during the pandemic. He and two other young black players received online racial abuse after failing to score penalties against Italy. That was at the heart of Wednesday's Prime Minister's questions, the Labour opposition accusing the government of using anti-racism as a political football.
The government has been trying to stoke a culture war, and they've realised they're on the wrong side. And now they hope that nobody's noticed. Why else would a Conservative MP boast that he's not watching his own team? Why else would another Conservative MP say that Marcus Rashford spends too much time playing politics when he's actually trying to feed children that the government won't?
Boris Johnson said he utterly condemned the abuse and would amend football banning orders. They're normally used to bar individuals who take part in, for example, racist chanting or hooliganism from attending matches. Now they'll cover online racism, while Johnson's put the tech giants on notice.
I made it absolutely clear to them that we will legislate to address this problem, Mr. Speaker, in the online harms bill, and unless they get hate and racism off their platforms, they will face fines amounting to 10% of their global revenues.
Johnson refused to say whether he was wrong not to condemn supporters who booed the England team before the tournament for taking the knee, an anti-discrimination gesture. Previously, he'd defended the fans' right to do so. And his Home Secretary went further at the start of the Euros, criticising the team taking the knee.
I just don't support, people participating in, that type of gesture politics to a certain extent.
So when PATEL tweeted her disgust at the racist abuse after the final, England player Tyrone Mings was furious, writing, "You don't get to stoke the fire at the beginning of the tournament by labelling our anti-racism message as gesture politics and then pretend to be disgusted when the very thing we're campaigning against happens." Now, some Conservative politicians say the government's getting its messaging wrong and needs to reflect on how that impacts real-life racism. Now, this man, Raheem Sterling, is another England player who's been on the receiving end of racism, not just online, but at times from popular newspapers as well. He was included in the team of the tournament, a selection of the best performers at the Euros. His outstanding contribution and England making the final may have increased public support for the team's anti-racism tactics. But the real breakthrough could be when black players are listened to whatever they do or don't achieve on the pitch. Nadim, Al Jazeera, London.